three-quarter line. Defogging Johnson, Rhys Evans, Ross Oakes, Rhys Hamlet, the halves. Brandon Pickersgill and Jordan Lilly, a throwback to their younger Stanley years. Full-back, Brown, the forwards, Ben Evans, Doyle, Steve Crossley. The back row forwards, Brad England, Brad Gallagher, and at loose forward, Sam Hallas. And on the interchange bench, it's going to be Joe Burton, Ellis Robson, Eben Skur, and Ant Walker. Bradford have got proceedings underway here. 20 seconds gone. Featherstone going down the slope in the first half, and they have the ball over on the far stand side. And on afternoons like this, where the opposition are tough, resilient, and unbeaten in the league, the conditions, energy sapping, and the stakes are high, this is when you find out what your side is made out of. James Webster and John Keir, as Featherstone Rovers are on the last tackle. They are 8 metres shy of the halfway line in a centre field position. It is going to go towards Brown. Brown puts a kick downtown, taken by Joe Brown on his own 20-metre line. And the official, Aaron Moore from Wigan, he's refereeing his second Bulls game of 2021. He had a quick look towards the touch nudge on this main stand side. The contact on New Brown was A-OK, and Bradford now in possession with 60 seconds gone. Moving the ball up to halfway here with Rhys Hamlet, who scored 2 tries on his Bradford Bulls debut in that Challenge Cup defeat. Pickersgill's in there at dummy half. It goes to Steve Crossley. Crossley's 5 inside the Featherstone half. Down the middle it's going to go with Sam Hallas. Hallas is brought down 35 metres out. Bradford on the 5th and last tackle here. Ball's come loose. Referee gives a penalty to Bradford, then changes his decision, and he will say Sam Hallas has not played the ball correctly, and the penalty is rescinded, and it is a knock-on. Sam Hallas has a quick word with the referee. He's not going to change his decision a second time. Chance gone begging there for the Bulls. Lucas Cockshot, we've had 90 seconds gone, energy sapping conditions. This is going to be a classic.
Yeah, you don't like to talk about the referees too much, but I'm not sure what's really gone on there. He must have got a call from his touch judge because he was about to give the penalty, stuck his arm out, and then changed his decision. You know, that could have been an early chance for the Bulls, but now we're back defending. We've just got to keep them out, because like you said, they like to score early. Get through the first 10 minutes with no score, and I think we'll go okay.
Featherstone Rovers then on the back of that Sam Hallas error. They're 40 metres out from the Bradford line as Brown gives it there to Darcy Lussick. Darcy Lussick, Featherstone Rovers, on loan from Salford Red Devils. He's brought down 25 metres out. Jones in there at dummy half. Good fast hands over on that left-hand edge. Bradford's defence alert. Featherstone inside the Bradford 20 on the last tackle now as it goes back to Brown. Brown in front of the post. A clever little chip over the top, but Ross Oakes is on hand to avert the danger. He's brought down there by Josh Hardcastle. And Bradford back in possession 10 metres out from their own try line, moving the ball in midfield now up to around about their 18-metre line with Rhys Hamlet on the second tackle. Quick play the ball from Hamlet. It goes out of dummy half there towards Hallas. Hallas is brought down 30 metres out from his own try line. Centre field. It goes from Brown to Lilly. Lilly to Evans. Evans hunted, caught and probed by Brad Day. And Brad Day has pushed Rhys Evans back almost towards the Bradford 20-metre line. Brad England now goes on a bit of a mazy run. Bradford restricted to just 20 metres on this set of 6, deep inside their own half. On the last tackle, Jordan Lilly, boot to ball, a bit of spiral on that one. That's going to bounce up kindly for Gareth Gale. 8 tries in the season thus far for Featherstone Rovers. He scored in every championship game in 2021, and Bradford will have to keep an eye on this right-hand edge defence for Featherstone Rovers. Gale will get to his feet, he'll play the ball. Daggers in there at dummy half, gives it to Hardcastle. Second tackle gone here for Featherstone Rovers. They are 40 metres out from the Bradford try line. For those that are watching on our league and syncing the commentary, hopefully the commentary gods and the syncing gods are doing you the world of good. And good afternoon, it's Mick Gledell and Lucas Cockshot, West Yorkshire Radio, West Yorkshire Rugby League, also Bulls TV, and Featherstone Rovers now are 15 metres out from the Bradford try line. It's a play the ball from captain James Lockwood. It goes to New Brown. Brown to Dagger. Dagger loses the ball forward. Knock on. First error for Featherstone Rovers. Bradford keep their line intact, and we have had 4 minutes on the clock here at Post Office Road. And it is Bradford Bulls 0, Featherstone Rovers 0. Bradford have passed that first early defensive test, Lucas.
Yeah, we certainly have. You know, we've not really got into their half too much yet, But Featherstone have had two chances close to our line, I'd say. No, we've passed it. We've forced the error, and that's what you want to see early on. You want to see strong defence early on, and then grow into the game as it goes on. Featherstone will tire, but so will we. Both part-time teams. So it'll just be quality that comes out on top in the end.
Well, Bradford Bulls, they are unbeaten in their last 7. Featherstone Rovers undefeated this season. Just a defeat to Hull FC by 34 points to 14 in the Challenge Cup. Top of the table clash between these two giants, playing for the Peter Fox Memorial Trophy as Steve Crossley plays the ball on halfway. Now it goes to Pickersgill, to Gallagher. Gallagher's brought down on the last tackle for the Bulls, playing up the slope in the first half. Gallagher, quick play the ball to Doyle. Lilly, perfectly weighted kick, takes a bit of a late tackle there from Connor Jones, and Craig Hall does well on his own try line to defuse that in the field of play, and he's immediately hunted down by Rhys Evans and Brad England in a two-man Bradford tackle. As a half chance there for Connor Jones sees Featherstone brought down just outside their own 15-metre line, and the referee will stop the clock here. Featherstone have a player down in the ruck. He will require a little bit of attention. The physios will come on, as will the water carriers, and take a bow. The Bradford water carriers, Mary Race, Billy Jowett, Ethan O'Hanlon, they were 3 of the 4 out of the 21-man squad not given the nod this afternoon. They'll almost feel, Lucas, like they're playing in a game because they're going to be backwards and forwards. It's a hot, humid afternoon here at Post Office Road as Thomas Means is the Featherstone Rovers player down receiving attention. So we might have a bit of a delay of game here. But while they're doing that, the water carriers, Mary Race there, Ethan O'Hanlon, Adam Rooks, they might feel like they've done a game of rugby league, 80 minutes, the amount of times they're going to be running backwards and forwards this afternoon. 0-0 here with Thomas Means receiving attention from the medical staff.
Yeah, they'll be certainly clocking up the metres and steps today, getting on and off that pitch, delivering the water. You never want to see players get injured, but, if Means did have to go off, you probably say it's a boost for Bradford. He's a top player. And he played against us in that Challenge Cup game and he kind of ran the show on that side. So it looks like it'll be okay to continue, which is good. You never want to see a player get injured, but now we look to defend.
Well, he's been given the all clear, Thomas Means, but he is limping as he plays that ball. So he's going to go over towards the far stand line. Is that perhaps a bit of deception from Thomas Means? A bit of a poker face? He looks to be in a little bit of pain. James Webster watching on from our commentary position. Bradford in the arm wrestle early doors here, showing a lot of aggression as Pickersgill and Gallagher do well to hold that Featherstone charge. New Brown looking for those willing runners as Featherstone carry the ball 10 metres shy of halfway. Crossley in defence, Gallagher and also Tom Doyle. Featherstone on the 5th and last tackle. Goes from Jones to Brown. Brown's going to kick into space. Downtown, another late challenge on New Brown by the Featherstone fans. Referee looks to the touch judge, shakes his head. Play continues with Joe Brown coming up the slope here. And you've had 7.5 minutes gone on the clock here as Bradford have a player down in back play. And the clock might have to stop here because Ben Evans is receiving a bit of attention from the Bradford Bulls physio. Aaron Moore will have to stop the clock because Ben Evans is down receiving a bit of attention on the halfway line. We'll go through more messages. Kel, Sophie and Bella say, come on, you Bulls. Keep up the good work, Mick and gang. Chris Illingworth listening from Scotland. Come on, you Bulls. Thanks again, Mick and Lucas, for the commentary. I'm up in the northeast near Darlington. Come on, you Bulls. Lovely part of the world, Darlington. Let me tell you, that Cleveland way, Saltburn, Whitby, Staffes, even Redcar. Lovely part of the world. I might go up there this week if the weather's nice. Bulls on the radio says he's loving the commentary, loving the call. Keep the messages coming. Speedy Bull says hopefully we'll have the 8th win. And like we say, let's see what happens here this afternoon. Ben Evans receiving medical attention now. So it's been a bit of a stop-start to this game. But Hull FC's Will Dagger, Salford's Darcy Hulsick, they join Featherstone ahead of this top-of-the-table clash with Bradford. James Webster knows his side are going to face a different Bradford Bulls this afternoon and will really have to roll up their sleeves and show a willingness to get their hands dirty. Well, 1895 Cup and Challenge Cup wins over Bradford and Batley and Widnes have further cemented Featherstone's favourites tag, but Bradford have won 7 of the last 7 to give John Keir and the Bradford Bulls their strongest start to a season since James Lowes was the head coach back in 2015. And this is a very concerning sight for John Keir. Ben Evans looks done for the afternoon. And Ben Evans, well, I can't see him playing any further part because it looks like he's got an ankle injury. It looks like he's rolled over the ankle and he is being escorted off the field. And it will be an early interchange for John Keir as Ellis Robson, one of the quartet of the loanees who remains at Bradford on loan from Warrington Wolves, he will come on and replace Ben Evans. Lucas Cockshock, that's a huge blow for John Keir and the Bulls. Ben Evans, he looks done for the afternoon.
Yeah, it's a real blow for us. It's going the same way as the Challenge Cup game when, Hallis going off early with that jaw injury in that game and then Ben Evans going off with what looks like an ankle injury early on in this game. You're down to 3 interchanges. It's not what you want. Luckily, we've got Ellis Robson to bring off the bench, that quality. But we really are up against it now.
John Keir just having a word there with Ben Evans down on the touchline. Looks to be in a bit of pain, and the ice pack is being immediately applied to that left ankle. Bradford on halfway now as play continues. Last tackle, says referee Aaron Moore. Jordan Lilly, a high hanging kick. That one is going to bounce kindly for Gareth Gale, who comes in from his wing position, and the former Fev Lions community player is wrapped up there by Brad England on tackle number 1. Well, we do have a countdown clock of sorts here. It's not the official time, but it does say we have had 10 minutes gone on the clock here this afternoon, and it is Featherstone Rovers no score, Bradford Bulls no score on the I was just about to say Featherstone Rovers were looking to come down the middle there, but Frankie Holton has lost the ball. Featherstone's second error of the afternoon, and now Bradford have a full set of 6 inside the Featherstone half. So is this the moment where Bradford can get some early momentum and ascendancy despite doing it tough, playing up the slope in the searing heat, and also losing Ben Evans perhaps to a game-ending injury? Steve Crossley's rolled over. 2 tackles gone. Doyle now to the right-hand side of the post to Pickersgill, 20 metres out. Brown wrapped up. Joe Brown, 6 tries for the season. Quick play the ball. Evans in at dummy half. Now it goes to Lilly, to Robson. Bradford 12 metres out in front of the Featherstone Rovers post, played towards their 300 supporters in that away stand as Lilly takes Bradford in the Pickersgill 10 metre line as Lilly gives it to Pickersgill. Pickersgill wrapped up. Last tackle. Bradford 5 metres out now at the side of the post towards Lilly. Lilly grubbers one in. Pickersgill palms it back. Ball is live. Featherstone Rovers somehow scoop the ball over the dead ball line, and that is a try-saving play from Craig Kopczak, the former Bradford forward. He made over 123 appearances, scoring 11 tries in his 7 years at the Bulls. Talk about that for a play.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic play. Then Lilly just saw a little gap, dinked one in behind. Pickersgill, you can't really tell from here, but you could have made the case for him to score there, but he's palmed it back. It's a bit of chaos in that in goal area there. We've come out with a drop goal, so with a drop out from behind the sticks, and we've got the ball now, so that's what you want.
Bradford Bulls then have forced the early repeat set of 6. They're inside that Featherstone 20 metre line. Clever play from Jordan Lilly. Craig Kopczak alert to the danger in the in-goal area. Doyle now to Pickersgill. Pickersgill brought down 5 metres out, 4th tackle gone. Bradford once again in good field position, looking to turn possession into points as it goes from Crossley to Robson. Robson's brought down 5 metres out still, just to the right hand side of the post. On the last tackle again. Is it more magic from Lilly to Brown? Out wide. Foggy Johnston's in at the corner, but the try will be disallowed. The referee is going to penalise Rhys Evans for impeding that Featherstone Rovers defensive line. It looks a tough call from here, but I do think it's correct to the letter of the law. And the try for Foggy Johnston, it would have been his 3rd of the season, right in the corner where the Bradford fans are, in the sunshine. Try disallowed, penalty to Featherstone, and now Featherstone are going to move the ball 12 shy of halfway.
Yeah, couldn't really tell from over here what happened then, but I thought for all words, Foggy Johnson was in at the corner then, and it'd been a nice return for him, getting on that score sheet, but it's ruled out, and we don't want to rule that chance now, and for Featherstone to go down the other end and score, so we've got to keep them out here.
Featherstone Rovers then, 2 tackles remaining. Connor Jones in at dummy half, 10 metres inside the Bradford half. New Brown goes behind the Featherstone man. Referee says OK. Jordan Lilly wraps New Brown up, and that is tackle number 4. One tackle remaining here for Featherstone Rovers. Goes along that line towards Thomas Mins. Last tackle. Mins gets a quick play of the ball, and they're going on that short hand side. Kick through here. Danger here. Rhys Evans does well. Drops to his knees. Traps the ball. He's back to the on-rushing Featherstone Rovers. Kick chase defenders. And now Bradford are 10 metres out from their own try line, doing it tough, coming up the slope here at Post Office Road. Well, like I said, the last couple of weeks I've been on the Hour League, so we've not had this intimacy that local radio gives me, where I can actually talk towards some of the listeners listening in, like Speedy Bull, Matty Ryan, Leicestershire Beast, Andrew Bedford says, come on you Bulls, sat at home with a broken thumb. As Bradford Bulls, they're going to find touch early in the count here, and that one is going to be a chance now 30 metres out from that Featherstone line. Well, we've just seen Bradford, they were struggling to make some metres up the field here. They are going up the slope in the first half. What do you make of that early kick there, Lucas?
I think Jordan Lilly were just looking at for an early 40-20 there. I think he just dropped short. But it just gets you out of that field position, doesn't it? You know, you don't want to be defending on your line constantly. Jordan Lilly, he just pushes up the field a bit and gets us defending on Featherstone's 40-metre line here. So it's what you want, really, just in the early stages. You don't want to be defending on your line, like I said. So it gives us a chance here to just push them back.
Bradford just the one error thus far, that coming in the first half, as Featherstone Rovers break as they do, and Connor Jones will open the scoring as James Lockwood with the original break. He went down that left-hand side, which has been left exposed by Ben Evans' injury, and it was Pickersgill and Brown who were drawn towards Captain James Lockwood. It was a pass on the inside, and it will be Connor Jones who goes around and underneath the post. We've had 16 minutes on the clock here at Post Office Road. A bit of a cruel stab to the heart from Featherstone Rovers, but that is what this Featherstone Rovers side do, unbeaten in the league. So Connor Jones, 4th try of the season for the former Northern Pride and Salford hooker, and this will make it all the more favourable for Craig Hall from right in front of the post. Look at Cockshott, who was at fault there with that try for Featherstone Rovers.
I don't think you can really say any of the team, were at fault there. It was just a fast play of the ball in the middle of the park, and they broke through. I thought Doyle could have done a bit better in the with the tackling, because when Hall originally broke through on the original break, you wouldn't have thought he would have been able to get the pass off, but he managed to do it, and they've gone over and scored under the post, and Craig Hall's has kicked that one through the posts. So we're really up against it now.
Conversion successful by Craig Hall. Let's not forget that there's 14 players missing for Featherstone and Bradford this afternoon. You look at Chris Wellham, Dan Fleming, Aaron Murphy, Dane Chisholm, James Harrison, Danny Brough, Brett Ferris, Jack Bussey, Luke Cooper, Dale Ferguson, Ben Blackmore. Listen, you can almost make a full 17 with the amount of players from both sides that are missing, but this one living up to expectations. It's West Yorkshire Rugby League, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, Mick Glenn and Lucas Cockshott, and it's Featherstone Rovers 6 after that try from Connor Jones and the conversion from Craig Hall. Bradford Bulls 0, doing life a little bit tough here in the sunshine after losing Ben Evans inside 10 minutes. So Featherstone Rovers on the restart. They are 10 shy of the halfway line, as once again it goes from Dagger. Dagger now today. Day's been caught high. It's another Featherstone Rovers penalty. Ellis Robson penalised by referee Aaron Moore. And Featherstone now, their 3rd penalty of the afternoon on the halfway line. This is now an invitation for Craig Hall to find touch over on the far stand side, which he does. The former Hull FC, Hulkiston Rovers, Wakefield and Toronto man. A lot of experience in this Featherstone Rovers side. Tackle 1, James Lockwood, 12 out from the Bradford line, looking for their 2nd try in succession. Now that really would be a stab to the heart for the Bradford Bulls, as Darcy Lussick, big impact, Darcy Lussick rolled over on his back, 2 metres out from that Bradford try line. Featherstone in a very dangerous position here. Jones to Lockwood. Lockwood brought down there by Doyle. Quick play the ball though, danger not over. They go probing on that left-hand side. Chancing at the corner, and Featherstone Rovers will walk in. It is as easy as that. Craig Hall has a try for Featherstone. Back-to-back scores. It goes from bad to worse for the Bradford Bulls. Energy sapping conditions. The ill discipline didn't help. Ellis Robson going far too high. Featherstone double their lead. It is 10 points to 0.
Yeah, Reece Evans just shot out of the line there going for the ball, and he's completely missed it, and Gale just taps it. Gale just scores at the corner, he just taps it home. From what were a good start, we're kind of letting it slip here a bit. We just need to get our foot on the gas a bit more, and we're playing up the slope, but that's no excuse at the end of the day. Both sides have got to play on it, so we just got to settle the game down a bit more and can't concede anymore now.
Just looking at the body language from John Keir on this Maidstone touchline, he's not going to be rushed into making any more changes early in this first half, although Eben Skur, Ant Walker and Joe Burton have just been having a trundle up and down the touchline. Craig Hall from the far stand touchline, that one goes across the face and is wide. So on West Yorkshire Rugby League, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, it is Featherstone Rovers 10, Bradford Bulls 0 after 19 minutes here at Post Office Road. And Lucas, just a quick one. This is where the game can really go against you, giving away silly penalties for high tackles that you can control. The opponent's going down the slope, very tough.
Yeah, it can. You saw in the Challenge Cup game, me and you were both here. We scored first, but then Featherstone, scored through Connor Jones. That's happened again here today, and they really started to come away with it in that first half. So we just got to get our foot on, and here comes a break through the middle.
Featherstone Rovers breaking down the middle, still going forward, tackle not complete, says the referee. Danger signs here as Tom Holmes receives another penalty here. The former Castleford man attacking the Bradford Bulls edge defence of Foggin, Johnson and Evans. Penalty count now 4-0, and Craig Hall fires this one deep into touch, and Featherstone Rovers once again are now going to be coming down the slope. A fresh set of 6. Bradford now in energy sapping conditions here. They've been devoid of the ball for a good 5 minutes, and if Featherstone are to go back to back to back 3 tries, it could be a long way back for the Bulls. They've got a lot of effort, a lot of energy here as Frankie Holton takes the second tackle. Gallagher looks to stop the offload. Gallagher does well. Pickersgill also involved in the tackle. Hardcastle's in there at dummy half. Goes across the post now to New Brown, to Lussick. Lussick wrapped up. 22 metres out underneath the Bradford post. Centre field position. They're moving on this short hand side with New Brown. Back to Frankie Holton. Holton's wrapped up there. That's his second carry in this set of 6. Featherstone on the 4th tackle. The crowd expectant. They suspect Featherstone are going to go across for the 3rd try. Lockwood now to Holmes. On the inside today. Last tackle. Good defence from the Bulls. Crucial period now. Can Bradford get possession back? It goes out wide looking for Mings. Thomas Mings is caught high on the last tackle. 5 metres out. That is now 5 penalties in a row the Bulls have conceded, and referee Aaron Moore is going to stop the clock here. The touch judge has come on. The Bulls are in trouble. Oh, hang on a second. The referee is going to change the decision here, Lucas. He'd give a penalty to Featherstone Rovers. The touch judge has come on, and Thomas Mings is down receiving treatment. Well, surely the referee can't allow play to continue here because Thomas Mings is down. Talk us through that, because he gave the penalty. The Featherstone fans were chanting for a card. The touch judge has come on, and the referee has overruled himself, and he's going to say that is a turnover. A huge call. Listen to the boos and jeers. Bradford at long last back in possession, trailing by 10 points to 0.
Yeah, I put my head in my hands then, because I thought we'd just conceded another penalty on our line for another high tackle on the last. And I thought, another set on our line, Featherstone maybe could have extended their lead, but now we come away from our line, and there's some questionable decisions going into this game. But you can't focus too much on the officials. You've got to look at your team and how they're playing.
Well, the boos and jeers still reverberating around good old Post Office Road. Bradford moving the ball up the slope here. A Featherstone Rovers player has gone down. and the referee is going to have to stop the clock again, so it's a little bit of a fractured start here. No fluidity yet, nothing flowing. Is that Thomas Mings down again? I think it is. Thomas Mings down. He requires medical attention. Bradford have the ball, and they are 10 metres shy of the halfway line with Steve Crossley. So play will be halted here again. So on will come Matty Race, Billy Jowett, Ethan O'Hanlon and Adam Rooks. They are replenishing and rehydrating the troops. But that was a very, very important call that went the way of the Bulls, because if that penalty had stood for a high tackle on Thomas Mings, then Bradford would have had to defend another set of 6. Brad Day, James Lockwood. It is Brad Day. Yeah, Brad Day up to his feet. He's going to come off. So on will come John Davis. Apologies, Thomas Mings. So, yeah, it's looking like Brad Day's going to be done then for the remainder of the game. We'll get an update at half-time on Ben Evans. But Brad Day now leaves the field. So that'll put pressure on Featherstone's interchange bench. And with a scoreboard at Featherstone Rovers 10, Bradford Bulls 0 after tries from Connor Jones and Craig Hall in quick succession as Featherstone Rovers went back-to-back. Featherstone Rovers now are going to have pressures put on their interchange bench and the engine room. Well, we've had 25 minutes gone here at Post Office Road. Bradford 0, Featherstone Rovers 10. So John Davis comes on for Brad Day, who would be a rugby league player, let me tell you. It is rough and tough and physical out there. Well, Bradford's attitude in the previous 7 games has been on point and strong for a number of weeks now. They are in form because of the teamwork, the hard work, and a desire to never give up. And that is what makes Bradford a dangerous opponent. Bradford up to halfway on the last tackle. Lily just peppers one along the floor, bounces over the head there of New Brown. Gareth Gale traps the ball with his foot, and he's brought down on tackle number 1 for Featherstone Rovers. 15 shy of halfway, and there's Tom Doyle involved in that alongside Steve Crossley. I can't reiterate enough, Featherstone Rovers going down the slope in the first half. That's always worth a couple of points advantage, as Hardcastle's brought down on the second tackle. 2 shy of halfway, New Brown in at dummy half. It's going to go down the middle here with Junior Moores, who's just come on as well. So the Samoan international, he's going to give on and provide impact off the bench as Craig Kopschak offloads the ball to Connor Jones. Connor Jones, a real jack-in-a-box type player, attacking the Bradford markers. The 20 metres out now as it goes along the line from Holmes to Brown. Brown to Hall. Hall regathers the kick through. Hall out wide. Gareth Gale will score Featherstone's 3rd try of the afternoon. That is fortuitous look from Featherstone Rovers. Craig Hall kicked one up into the arms of Brandon Pickersgill. Pickersgill knew nothing about it. Hall regathered, and it was a simple pass out wide to Gareth Gale, and the 26-year-old, he has 9 tries for the season. He has scored in every championship game in 2021. And let me tell you, Lucas Cockshot, when luck like that goes against you, you know you might be in for a difficult afternoon here at Post Office Road.
Yeah, it just feels like everything's going against us today, you know. Dagger's kicked it, and it's bounced up off Pickersgill, and Hall's gone and regathered it. You know, if Pickersgill takes that, you know, he's away probably underneath the posts. But instead, we're finding ourselves 14 down, you know, with a kick to come from Hall now.
Conversion right on this main stand side from Craig Hall. The kick predictor is only at 24%. Craig Hall has missed it. Well, we said Craig Hall has been kicking at 66% in 2021. These missed kicks at goals could give Bradford a bit of a chance here. But Lucas Cockshot, we've passed the 20-minute mark. In fact, we're only 14 minutes or so from half-time. What does Bradford need to do here? Is there much that they need to change? Because stuff like that, you cannot script, you cannot plan for stuff like that. That's a wicked bounce of the ball. Pickersgill knew nothing about it. It just went back into Craig Hall's arms. And as we said, oh, hang on a second, Bradford go for a short restart here. Kick-off accepted and received here by Joe Brown. We'll stay with the action for a moment, but it's West Yorkshire Rugby League. Bulls TV, and we've just seen Featherstone Rovers concede their first set restart of the afternoon, and that was because they were stopping Joe Brown from getting a quick play of the ball in. Can Bradford hit back immediately after Featherstone's third try of the afternoon? The 10 metres out now. Doyle goes towards Hallis. Hallis to Lilly. Lilly to Gallagher. Gallagher through a gap. 2 metres out. Junior Moores wraps Gallagher up. Quick play the ball from Gallagher. Doyle tries to pinch one. Doyle wrapped up by New Brown. And Bradford right on top of that Featherstone Rovers try line here in front of the stand. Ross Oakes is over. Can he get the ball down? No, he can't. Good scrambling defence from Featherstone Rovers. There's 3 Featherstone players involved in that. Josh Hardcastle and Will Dagger, 2 of the Featherstone players. Bradford play the ball 10 metres out. Last tackle goes to Lilly, to Pickersgill, to Brown. Brown's wrapped up. Can he offload the ball? Yes, he can. It goes to England. Bradford go on the short-hand side. England towards the line. He's just lost his footing. 2 metres out. That was on the power play. Real guts, determination there from Brad England, but he just could not reach out and score. The Bulls have turned over the ball. 2 metres out from the Featherstone line, though. And with around 10 minutes to go to half-time, Featherstone Rovers 14, Bradford 0.
Yeah, really unlucky there, Brad England. He were about to score over the line, and he's just tripped. You know, it's what we said about things just not going our way today. You know, we need a bit of luck on our side. You know, when you come up against the top teams, you're not going to beat them by just pure quality. You're going to need a bit of luck on your side. And at the minute, Featherstone have just got that luck. You know, they're at home, they've got their crowd behind them, and they're playing down the slope. It's a big indicator. So, well, I'm sure in the second half, if we don't score any points now, we'll give it a big go. You know, playing down that slope.
Junior Moores is wrapped up for Featherstone Rovers, 10 metres inside the Bradford Bulls half. Gallagher and Pickersgill, the 2 Bulls defenders. Jones in there now at dummy half. To Brown, to Lockwood, to Holmes. Tom Holmes looking lively on the luminous yellow boots, and Featherstone, they're on the last tackle, 30 metres out. A much better defensive effort here from the Bradford Bulls here. Jones attacks short-hand side. Half break here. Featherstone Rovers allowed to offload the ball. Goes back towards Thomas Mins. Thomas Mins head down towards the line. Wrapped up on top of the Bradford line. And that was very nearly a 4th try here from one of the most potent attacking sides in the championship. That was last craft defence from Rhys Evans and Joe Brown.
Yeah, defence hadn't looked too shored up today. You know, it's been scrambling, and we'll let Frankie Alton get the offload on there. And you know, don't know really what we're planning to do there. But the main thing is we've not conceded, we've wrapped it up, and you know, we've got the ball back on our line now.
Well, we might have a bit of a discussion at half-time about the 13-second answer to racism. There was certainly some boos and jeers when Defogging Johnson took the knee. It's not sat well with me in this opening first half here. But Bradford still trailing by 14 points to 0. They're 10 metres shy of halfway. Oakes gets to his feet. He'll play the ball. Now it goes to Lilly, to Robson. Bradford on the last tackle. 5 shy. Inside their own half. Doyle to Jordan Lilly. Put under pressure there from Lockwood. High hanging kick. Featherstone allow this one to bounce. It's headed towards touch on the far stand side. Thomas Mins was trying to shepherd the ball out, which he does. Defogging Johnson was looking to perhaps have a late play for it. But it is Featherstone Rovers 14, Bradford Bulls 0 here at Post Office Road. Lucas is going to get the latest scores up from the championship, so we can certainly let you know. It's Dewsbury Rams 6, Toulouse 50, Swinton Lions 30, Newcastle Thunder 34, Whitehaven 20, Batley Bulldogs 24, and it is Widnes Vikings 22, London Broncos 24. That is a full-time score. So what a Herculean performance that is from Danny Ward and the London Broncos. They will cement their place in the top 6 this evening, as will the Batley Bulldogs, and the crisis continues for Simon Finnegan and the Widnes Vikings. It is another defeat for Widnes. That is now 5 defeats this season for the Chemics. Featherstone Rovers leading by 14 points to 0 here. They're 30 metres out from the Bradford try line with Craig Kopczak. Kopczak, quick play the ball. Here goes Connor Jones out of dummy half. Connor Jones towards the line, offloads it to Davis. Davis is wrapped up. The referee takes a tumble too, and it's last tackle now for Featherstone. 10 metres out. New Brown, inside support there from Lockwood. Lockwood wrapped up. Bradford hanging on here, living life dangerously, but we're talking about the character, the attitude, the aggression. It is there for all to see, and the scoreboard remains Featherstone 14, Bradford 0. You're listening to Mick Gledhill and Lucas Cockshott. Tell us about that Bradford Bulls defence.
Yeah, superb effort there. There were no markers from that last play, so we really had to dig deep there and get Lockwood down. You know, Brown, he gave a step, looked like he was going over, offloaded it to Lockwood. But great defence by Pickersgill there. He's really shown up well in this first half. He's not had much to do. Lily's done most of the work, but in defence he's been fantastic.
Defogging Johnson, third tackle gone for the Bradford Bulls, still playing at Haywood Road. Swinton 30, Newcastle 36, as Bradford have come up with a forward pass inside their own half here. It is only their second error in this first half in open play, and stuff like that certainly is a coach killer for John Keir. Ant Walker has just come on the field, and we're about to see Featherstone make their third substitution as Callum Field comes on, and he made his Super League debut with Wigan back in 2017 when Wigan defeated the then Lee Centurions before their relegation back into the Championship. So Ant Walker out there on the field for the Bradford Bulls. Featherstone, though, looking very hungry here. We have 7 minutes to go to half time. Can Bradford hold on? Holmes, good defence though. Bradford rush, smother the Featherstone Rovers standoff half, and he's pushed back for good measure there by Eben Skerr, also on the field. An interchange with Ant Walker. Here goes Craig Kopschak, wrapped up there by England. 2 tackles remaining for Featherstone. 2 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line. Jones to Brown. Brown to Moores. Moores on this right-hand edge, wrapped up by Pickersgill and Gallagher. Bradford defiant in defence. Last tackle here. Hardcastle tries to pinch one. Featherstone have lost the ball, and that will be respite relief for John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. Featherstone's 4th error of the afternoon, and it remains on West Yorkshire Rugby League, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV. Featherstone Rovers 14, Bradford Bulls 0. Speedy Bulls just said, very animated commentary, lads. I don't know about animated, it's enthusiastic. I call the games as a professional broadcaster just as anybody would want to hear the games called. But thank you for the kind words. Aaron Moore gives penalty, number 1 of the afternoon, to Bradford. Ironic cheers from the Bradford faithful behind the post. They have received a penalty at long last. Featherstone inside the 10. So Lilly gives Bradford a platform now from the halfway line as it goes from Oaks to Pickersgill. Lilly. Ant Walker scored his first try in 4 years last week with that narrow 31-12 win over Newcastle. Commentators curse. Email me, send me the postcards, but Bradford have come up with error number 3, and that was on the second tackle there, Lucas Cockshott. And those are real coach killers. You've done so much defending inside your own half. You've come up with 2 criminal errors as we see another interchange here with Darcy Lussick coming on as Craig Kopschak takes a breath. So Featherstone Rovers 14 points to 0. We've got 4 minutes to go to half time. Featherstone tries from Jones, Hall and Gale. 14-0. The sun's currently behind the clouds here. Lilly wraps up Holmes. Evans comes in as the second defender, and Holmes turned in the tackle. 2 tackles remaining though for Featherstone Rovers, yet to taste defeat in the Championship this year. Callum Field wrapped up, tackle number 4. They're 20 metres out, centre field position. They've got the whole width of Post Office Road if they want to use it. Connor Jones down to Darcy Lussick. Lussick was just held above the horizontal there and dropped. Referee says it's okay. Good, strong tackle. Last tackle now for the Featherstone Rovers as it goes to New Brown. It goes towards Josh Hardcastle, and Josh Hardcastle is going to suck in Joe Brown. An inside support around and underneath the post is Will Dagger, and it's like a dagger to the heart of the Bulls again. 4th try of the afternoon for Featherstone Rovers. Featherstone 18, Bradford 0. Bradford's resilience, resolve and defiance in defence can only hold for so much. A last tackle, power play score from Featherstone Rovers.
Yeah, that all came from our error. It's shockingly poor, to be honest. If you get a penalty, we're on halfway, first tackle, and Walker goes to play the ball, and he just absolutely misjudges it, and then Featherstone go down the other end and score. To be fair, we defended well in this half, but our errors and our discipline has just ultimately cost us in this half, and at 20-0 down at half-time, I don't see any way back for us.
Craig Hall, the kick predictor at 100%, from in front of the post. Featherstone Rovers 20, Bradford Bulls 0. Well, Bradford have to score next. It is plain and simple. Bradford have to score next. If this blows out again, well, it could be a very long afternoon. I'm looking at the body language of the Bradford players. Well, we said it was going to be energy-sapping conditions against a very tough, resilient opponent in Featherstone Rovers. Featherstone Rovers 20, Bradford Bulls 0. West Yorkshire Rugby League, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, Mick Gledell, Lucas Cockshot. We've got a minute remaining in this first half, and then we'll go into the injury time, added on time, of which I'm sure there will be quite a few minutes because of the injuries to Ben Evans and Brad Day, and a couple of stoppages for Thomas Mings. Featherstone already looking hungry here on the restart. They're 12 metres shy of the halfway line, just to the left of centre field. Hallis in there with Lilly. Looking for a quick play of the ball. They get the quick play of the ball. Connor Jones to Holmes. Here come Featherstone again. This time it's Thomas Mings. Thomas Mings, the former Hulkingston Rovers centre, wrapped up but gets a quick play of the ball in. Danger signs here for the Bulls. John Davis, line break. Davis, inside support. Thomas Mings will scamper over. Bradford have bodies on the turf. It's a car crash first half here, and Featherstone have try number 5. Featherstone Rovers 24, Bradford Bulls no score here.
That's it, that's game. We're not getting back into this now. 26-0 at half time. I'm not being harsh on the lads, but I can't even see us scoring a point this afternoon. We're getting absolutely killed. Not to be harsh with the lads, but down one side, down Thomas Mings' side, they just keep on coming, and they're making break after break, and they just keep going, and we can't stop them at the minute.
Thomas Mings, former Hulkingston Rovers, Featherstone, London, Leeds, try number 4 of the season. Had a loan spell at Featherstone in 2015, where he had 16 appearances and 8 tries. And Craig Hall, the kick predictor, this time at 92%. It's just to the left-hand side of the post. This could be 26 points to 0. And Craig Hall, he will put that one and pilot it between the posts. And here at Post Office Road on West Yorkshire Rugby League, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, Featherstone Rovers 26, Bradford Bulls 0. And it's just the pressure of the defending, the possession. I don't think this is a true performance and a reflection of the game itself, but credit to Featherstone. Bradford have just not had the ball at all in this first half.
Featherstone have just seen an opportunity, they know we're up against it. They can see our heads have dropped, and we've just kicked out on the full there. Can this half-time whistle come any quicker for us, to be honest?
Well, Jordan Lilly has just kicked the ball out on the full, and we're into the second minute of added on time here. We've had 42 minutes on the stopwatch, and that is Featherstone Rovers' 5th penalty of the first half. So 5 penalties to 1, and stuff like that is stuff you can control. There's a famous saying, architect of the own downfall, stuff like that, kicking it out on the full, that is something you can control. And now Bradford are staring down the barrel of a very, very heavy first half deficit if Featherstone do cross for a 6th try. Bradford have to show a response. Damage limitation is the name of the game here at the end of a bruising, brutal first half for the Bradford Bulls as Featherstone will play the ball with Callum Field on tackle number 1 underneath those Bradford posts. It's going to go now down with Darcy Lussick. Lussick plays the ball across the face of the post with Jones to Holmes to New Brown. New Brown brought down there by Brad England. England wrapped up 10 metres out from that Bradford try line. They go over on the left-hand side. They're looking for more points as it goes this time to Frankie Holton. Holton's wrapped up and Bradford have 2 more tackles to defend. We've had 44 minutes gone in this first half here. New Brown skips, gives it to Davis. Davis, clean take, good carry. Featherstone on the last tackle in front of the Bradford post. Perhaps the 1 point. New Brown, no, they're going to go for points here. Brown to Holmes. Holmes, Fred's one through behind the Bulls' defence. And Reece Hamlet forced to concede the goal line dropout. And that one goes dead. And we've now had 45 minutes in this first half. Hooter imminent, but Featherstone will get a repeat set of 6. It's Featherstone Rovers 26, Bradford Bulls 0.
Yeah, Hamlet couldn't have really done anything there. All he can really say is maybe he stepped forward a bit too early before the kick went in, which, made him have to drop out behind his own posts. It's been, like you said, the score's maybe not a true reflection of what the first half has been, but as soon as Featherstone started scoring, we couldn't stop him, and that's just what you get with a form side in the Championship.
Featherstone Rovers into first half stoppage time here. 10 metres out from the Bradford Bulls try line. The hooter sounds. It's the final play of the first half. Junior Moores towards the post, offloads the ball to Lussick. Lussick back to Connor Jones. Jones kicks it into the abs of a Bradford player. And Bradford will survive a first half scare there. That was Ellis Robson, I do believe, who had to backtrack and take the ball. But at half-time here at Post Office Road, it is Featherstone Rovers 26, Bradford Bulls 0. Bradford have just had no ball whatsoever. Energy-sapping conditions. You've lost Ben Evans inside 10 minutes. Yes, Featherstone lost Brad Day a little bit later on, but it is worrying and concerning from a Bradford point of view, Lucas Cockshott, the ease in which Featherstone have scored some of those tries.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be overjoyed after that first half, but I think we'll see a different Bradford Bulls out in this second half.
Well, we're about to get the second half proceedings underway. West Yorkshire Rugby League, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, Mick Liddell, Lucas Cockshott. What can Bradford offer in response? And it will be Bradford who receive the ball going down the field here at the start of this second half. And already it's been stolen in a one-on-one tackle by Featherstone Rovers, but the referee's going to say the tackle was completed on 20-year-old Reece Hamlet. So Bradford awarded an early penalty at the start of this second half. And whilst confidence will be very fragile, Bradford, well, if they can cross the line early at the start of this second half, let me tell you, 26-0. This could be from Hall all over again for the ages. Let's stay with the action. Don't divert your ears. We could go the distance this afternoon on Bulls Live, Bulls TV, and also West Yorkshire Rugby League. Bradford inside the Featherstone half now with Ant Walker. Quick play the ball. Doyle in at dummy half. Here goes Ellis Robson. Robson's brought down just outside the Featherstone 30-metre mark. It goes now to Walker. Walker offloads the ball along the line now towards Skur. Skur's brought down 20 metres out from that Featherstone Rovers try line. Hallis to Lilly. Lilly still going, Jordan Lilly, wrapped up there by Hardcastle. Last tackle for Bradford, the 5 metres out from the Featherstone Rovers try line. It goes to Hallis to England. Flat start to the second half. Lilly was calling for the ball underneath the post. Hallis went wrong option to England. They tried to barge over the line. The gap was very, very slim and tight. It'd have to be Stretch Armstrong or a piece of slime to squeeze through there, but it remains 26 points to 0, and probably not the best start that Bradford would have wanted here. Lucas Cockshott, that was probably the wrong option, but it remains 26-0, and Bradford have turned over the ball on the Featherstone line. But look at this for hunger in defence. Bradford are pushing Featherstone right back on their own try line here, and they're going to have to move the ball from deep, but that could leave gaps as Featherstone break clear. Here they go, Craig Hall. Featherstone have lost the ball. Craig Hall couldn't take it in. That was very nearly a try to Featherstone at the start of this second half. Bradford will have the ball 30 metres out.
Yep, the same again happened. What were happening in the first half? Breaks down our right hand side. They're really targeting that side with Hall and Minns. That's a Super League class side with Minns and Hall on that side. But we've come up with a ball. Big chance for us now. Get a try early on in first half. You never know what can happen.
Well, we were at the Shea earlier on this morning, Lucas, and we were talking about the average age of the Bradford side this afternoon. Very young, 23 years and 8 months, as Rhys Evans wins Bradford's second penalty as Thomas Minns is penalised for a tip tackle there on the Welsh international. And the 30-year-old former Leeds and Warrington man not happy with Thomas Minns' action there. Bradford, they need a quick try at the start of this second half. Evans will tap the ball, 20 metres out. Goes towards Lilly. Lilly now goes the direct loop via Sker. Sker's brought down underneath the Featherstone Rovers post. Bradford, they have the clock and the scoreboard against them. Is it going to be a fast, quick start to the second half as Rhys Evans now is brought down 5 metres out? Hallis is in there at dummy half. Goes towards Lilly. Lilly now to Ant Walker. Walker tries to bulldoze his way down the middle. 4th tackle gone. A tackle remaining underneath the post. It goes towards Ellis Robson. 3 tries in 3. Is it 4 in 4? Robson pushed back in the field of play. Suffocating, scrambling defence here from Featherstone Rovers. Tackle count continues. It goes towards Eben Sker. Sker's brought down. Last tackle now for Bradford. How good's the kick chase? What are Bradford going to do here? It goes back towards Brown. Brown has it. Pepper's one along the carpet. Too much from Joe Brown. It's another disappointing flat end to a promising set of 6 for the Bradford Bulls. And now Featherstone with a 7 tackle set. They will tap the ball on their own 20 metre line. And you suspect that was the chance Bradford had to score. Wrestle back some that momentum and ascendancy. And now Featherstone have lost the ball, and it was a crunching tackle there from Ant Walker. Eben Sker dropped on the ball. A 6th error from Featherstone Rovers at the start of this second half. So, another chance here for Bradford. We have had 4 minutes gone in this second half. No change to the half-time scoreboard. 26 points to 0. Featherstone over Bradford. Ant Walker's brought down 12 metres. Just shy of the 20s. It goes now to Pickersgill. Pickersgill's caught high above the shoulder. Referee plays on. Gives a penalty to Bradford. Well, that's now 3 penalties in quick succession to the Bradford Bulls, and the penalty count is 5-4. Bradford have to break this Featherstone defence. They've only conceded 76 points all season. The second tightest defence of any of the championship sides. Jordan Lilly will tap the ball. Gives it to Eben Sker. Eben Sker on an angled run, wrapped up 2 Featherstone defenders. Hungry, bringing down the former Stadidley community player as it goes now to Pickersgill out wide. Chance to Hamlet, to Oakes. Oakes is over, but it will be a forward pass. Rhys Hamlet palmed the ball back inside to Ross Oakes. Ross Oakes dives over in at the corner. Referee Aaron Moore says forward pass, and the scoreboard remains Featherstone Rovers 26, Bradford Bulls 0.
Yeah, me and Luke, the media guy, here at the club, we've got a bit of a running joke at the minute because every game Pickersgill goes for that over-the-top ball. It's usually Brown on that side, but this time it was Hamlet, and every game it usually gets ruled out for a forward pass. Last week it didn't. This week it did. So I'll be getting on to him about that one.
Featherstone Rovers just moving the ball now with Connor Jones out of dummy half. Ant Walker, Eben Sker. Wrap up the Australian, 10 shy of halfway. John Davis looking for those runners. Gives it there to Callum Field, the former Lee and Wigan man, wrapped up on halfway. Hay fever just started to kick in here. Apologies for that little sneeze. As Will Dagger goes on a run now. Already scored a try on debut this afternoon for Featherstone, as he starts a loan period from Ulkeister Rovers. Featherstone on the last tackle. 40 metres out from the Bradford line. A little bit too much on that from Tom Holmes. Joe Brown, wary that Craig Hall is chasing down this kick. But the kick, in the bounce of the ball, will take it over the dead ball line. A 7 tackle set coming up here for John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. 47 minutes gone. No change to the half-time scoreboard. That scoreboard and that clock as Defogging Johnson has gone without the ball early in the tackle count. The referee, though, says double knock on, and it will be Featherstone Rovers who have a play the ball, and stuff like that is just compounding the misery for Bradford this afternoon, and it is looking increasingly likely at this stage, even early in the second half, that the 7 wins on the bounce might be coming to an end this afternoon.
Yep, I think you could probably call it game there. You know, we get a 7 tackle set, and that first or second tackle I would just write my match report, so I didn't see, and Foggin Johnson lose it in the tackle. Gives Fev a fresh set on our line. It's the first Fev set on our line of this half, and they've been awarded a penalty now.
Aaron Moore penalises Bradford for being inside the 10. Well, this will be interesting to see what Featherstone Rovers do. They're asking Craig Hall, does he want to have a shot at goal here in front of the post, but the message from James Webster is to continue the roll on. And Featherstone, well, they're hunting a 6th try here. And a try at the start of this second half really would make this mission impossible for the Bradford Bulls. Featherstone, right on top of the Bradford line here with Callum Field. Field gets to his feet, plays the ball. Holmes to Dagger. Dagger goes through an easy gap. And that is as easy as you like for Featherstone Rovers. But the gap was created because Frankie Holton had bumped into Brad England, and that will not be a try. So both sides in quick succession, Bradford and Featherstone, have had tries disallowed. Is that the moment? Is that the catalyst that is going to see Bradford now launch an attack? Jordan Lilly fires the ball into touch. 10 shy of the halfway line. A fresh set of 6 here. We've had 49 minutes gone. Rhys Evans will tap the ball, take tackle number 1 on halfway, just to the right of centre field. Lilly goes direct into the arms of Ant Walker. Ant Walker, half chance there. Went the wrong way though. Pickersgill was on the inside. Ant Walker was looking on the outside. Here goes Eben Skir, and Eben Skir there, almost like a bumper car there, meeting Darcy Lussick head on. Hallis. A lot of communication out there from the Bulls. They're 20 metres out with Sam Hallis playing the ball. Now it's going to go to Jordan Lilly. Jordan Lilly tries to dance his way past 2 Featherstone Rovers defenders. It's a quick play the ball, and Pickersgill is over the Featherstone line, but he can't ground the ball. Scrambling defence from Featherstone Rovers. Bradford turn over the ball a millimetre shy of the Featherstone try line. Great footwork there from Lilly, and then it was the quick play the ball, the haste of Pickersgill. He just couldn't get past 4 hungry Featherstone defenders. 26-0 it remains.
Yeah, it was a good play from us, and you know, you want to see more of that. We didn't really see that in the first half. You know, Pick didn't really get on the ball. You know, he needs to be getting on the ball more. You know, he's got that role. He's been handed that role today, and you want to see him on the ball more, moving it and creating that shape. You know, a little break from Featherstone here, which we need to stop. You know, need to keep them in our half.
Bradford trying to get Featherstone back in that arm wrestle as Featherstone make their 5th interchange of the afternoon here. And Tom Doyle about to come on for the Bradford Bulls for John Keir's first of this second half. Here goes James Lockwood, longest serving Featherstone Rovers player. He's been here since 2012 and he's made 15 metres up the field. Featherstone on the last tackle on the Bradford 40 metre line. Tom Holmes calls for the ball, receives the ball, left-footed kick, looking to put Rhys Evans under pressure. Sorry, Joe Brown, I beg your pardon, and Brown does exceptionally well there because he did have 2 Featherstone Rovers players, Connor Jones and Callum Field, in his vision, and now Bradford coming back down the slope here, attacking from deep. Here goes Ross Oakes out of dummy half. Well, Featherstone have won the last 3 meetings between the 2 sides, including that 41-16 Challenge Cup game here in March. Bradford no win here in their last 5, and the last win was back in March 2015 when Bradford had just been recently relegated from the Super League. Brad England plays the ball on halfway. Now it goes to Lilly, to Robson. Robson brought down on the last tackle, 2 metres inside the Featherstone half. Doyle to Lilly. Lilly goes for a power play option, goes for a gap, offloads the ball out the tackle, rolls along the floor to Gallagher. Gallagher to Oakes. Oakes plays the ball off the Featherstone man. Referee says forward pass, knock on. Chance gone begging for the Bradford Bulls. 52 minutes gone here, and it remains Featherstone Rovers 26. Bradford Bulls 0. And I guess one positive, Lucas, is that Bradford, they have not conceded any more points after half time. But unfortunately, With the damage being done in the first half with tries from Connor Jones, Craig Hall, Gareth Gale, Will Dagger and Thomas Means, they've got a bit of a mountain to climb.
Yeah, you sit here watching this performance and you think, why can't we have done this in the first half? You know, it's like you wouldn't even think it's the same team that's come out in the second half. You know, obviously Featherstone won't be you know as fired up and everything. You know, after taking that 26-0 lead, they'll be a bit more lethargic and just going through the motions at the minute. They'll still want to score, obviously, but yeah, we've been miles better this second half.
Featherstone Rovers now with New Brown wrapped up there by Gallagher. 20 metres out in front of the Bradford post. Still scoreless in this second half. No change to the scoreboard. Holmes. Holton. Wrapped up. Last tackle now for Featherstone. Goes towards Lockwood. Lockwood has a tilt towards the line. Lockwood reaches out. Good scrambling defence from the Bradford Bulls. Joe Brown in that fullback role here this afternoon. And Ross Oakes. And Brad England stopping the Featherstone Rovers captain from adding further misery and pain to the Bradford Bulls this afternoon. Well, the Leicestershire Bee says at 26-0, why would you kick at goal? It's a very good question, but James Webster wanted Featherstone to take the 2 points. Apologies, Craig Hall wanted to take the 2 points. James Webster said keep the roll on. Coach overruling the player. Steve Crossley comes on the field here for Sam Hallis. And now it's a set restart here for the Bradford Bulls as Brandon Pickersgill is delayed in playing the ball. So 2 set restarts for the Bradford Bulls now with 5 penalties. And Steve Crossley, fresh from the interchange, gets a quick play of the ball in, and here goes Doyle. Doyle up and over halfway. He's made 15 metres there, young Tom Doyle. Gets an equally quick, hasty play of the ball in. Jordan Lilly now to England. England dumped on his shoulder on an angled tip, but it was not above the horizontal according to the referee. Now it goes from Evans to Lilly to Robson, back to Crossley. Crossley wrapped up last tackle. Is Bradford's last tackle option here going to see their first points of the afternoon? It goes towards Pickersgill. Pickersgill running threat over the top ball to Oakes. Oakes has had the ball stolen. Referee says it was legal. Featherstone back in possession. He'll stop the clock. That'll allow the water carriers to come on here. And the touch judge also on the field. And they're just going to halt play here. Bradford have someone down in back play. Difficult to identify who that player is at this moment in time. But it remains 26 points to 0. And that will at least allow the players a bit of respite with the water carriers coming on here. So, Bradford no game next weekend due to the game against Toulouse being cancelled by the Rugby Football League due to COVID-19 issues. Effectively, Toulouse still being on the amber list, so part-time players having to do the mandatory 10-day isolation process. That is why that one has been called off. Well, we're just waiting for the players here. Referee's going to allow this to be an extended water break because we've had 55 minutes gone here at Post Office Road. Featherstone will have a play of the ball 12 metres out from their own try line. And I guess it's credit, Lucas, to Bradford, at least this second half performance. You know, they're certainly making life a little bit difficult for Featherstone. But I guess the question is, at this stage in the first half, it was 10-0. You know, why couldn't there have been this natural intensity in performance prior to the start of the game?
Yeah, just like you said, because if the score's a bit closer, it changes the performance in the game. We're just trying to get that one, that try at the minute. You know, we're not really creating too much. We're just going through this second half as it usually would. When you're heavily behind on the scoreboard, it's been a really disappointing day for us.
Well, Joe Burton is going to come on the field, the 19-year-old Kippax community player. And this is a worrying sign here for the Bradford Bulls. The stretcher coming on. I'm still not being able to identify the player, Lucas, because we've got the doctor, 2 physios, Matty Race, Adam Rooks, Billy Jowett. They're all surrounding. And this is another concern for John Keir. Ben Evans on the touchline with the crutches. He will play no further part. And this is deeply concerning for John Keir and the Bulls. The clock is going to be stopped for a bit of a period of time here as the message comes on that the Bradford player might have to go on the stretcher. Well, I've still not been able to identify the Bradford player. Very difficult from our commentary position here. But it is Featherstone Rovers 26. Bradford Bulls, no score here at Post Office Road. We think. Well, we're not sure who the player is. The play has been halted here. Well, I'll tell you the players out on the field. D. Foggin Johnson, Rhys Evans, Jordan Lilly, Brad England, Steve Crossley, Joe Burton, Thomas Doyle, Ellis Robson, Brad Gallagher, Joe Brown is there. Hallis has already left the field, and Walker's off the field. Well, we're just waiting to see what happens here. But there is play suspended here. Does this suspension in play help the Bradford Bulls, Lucas? Do we know who the player is? I'm almost embarrassed because I should know, but very difficult from when you've got 7 people all around the stricken Bradford player on the stretcher. A very serious, concerning injury.
Yeah, I'm still not too sure who it is. I thought it may be Hallis, but if you said he's already gone off the pitch. We've been told it's Eben Skirt that's gone down. It's a very worrying blow for us. He's been one of our better performers this season, and I hope he's okay. And like you said, the break, I don't know really if it helps us or not. We're just going through the motions in this half, so the break could maybe get a couple of words into the lads. What JK is seeing on the sidelines. We could maybe attack this half, and it could help us. It couldn't. It could help Featherstone too.
Well, we still can't see Eben Sker, but he is on the stretcher being surrounded by his players. And the doctor of the club, the Bradford Bulls, Donald Young, is going to put the neck brace on. We can see the neck brace coming out of the plastic bag there. And this is a very concerning sight. Eben Sker has been one of the standout players of the season thus far for the Bradford Bulls. 15 appearances, 2 tries, impact off the bench. Scored his first professional try here against Featherstone in that Challenge Cup defeat. So the game has been suspended for a number of minutes now. And Eben Sker just being placed on that stretcher. Well, the referee was very quick to stop the clock, even though the incident where Eben Sker is currently being placed on the stretcher is around about 80 metres away from where Featherstone will play the ball. The Bradford medical staff taking their time, placing Eben Sker on the stretcher. And as we said, a very sombre moment here for the Bradford Bulls. And of course, Eben Sker.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, don't forget, we are going to Wembley very soon. We now have a full range.
One of 7 homegrown players in the Bradford side this afternoon. Just had a little glance at the team sheet, so 7 homegrown players out there on the field. 7 ever-presents. Eben Sker has been an ever-present all year. And this must be serious because the Featherstone Rovers doctor is saying the ambulance might have to come pitch side here. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back when we know more, but very concerning and distressing scenes here for 21-year-old Eben Sker, who is still being placed on the stretcher. Not quite certain how the injury or the incident occurred, but Eben Sker clearly in a lot of pain, in a distressed state, as the stretcher now appears to be being lifted by 7 of the Bradford Bulls playing staff. John Keir, Mark Dunning, pitch side, and Eben Sker. He receives a standing ovation from all 4 sides of this stadium. The ambulance has been called, and Eben Sker, hopefully nothing too serious, but as we said, clearly distressing scenes for the young Bradford prop.
Yeah, it's not good at all. It's a shame to lose Eben. We're not sure how serious it is or what will happen in the future. But it's a real shame. He's probably been our standout forward this season, and I hope he's okay. Best wishes to him and all his family.
Well, Eben Sker has left the field. Hopefully nothing too serious. We will try our best to get an update at full time from John Keir in the post-match press conference, but time back on here, and Featherstone Rovers are up to halfway here with Frankie Holton, and Holton will get to his feet, he'll play the ball. Hall's in there at dummy half. Holmes now to Field. Field wrapped up there by England. Crossley. Good defence from the Bradford Bulls. Still 26 points to 0. There might be a way yet back for Bradford, but they've lost Ben Evans and Eben Sker now, so the interchange really is going to have a lot of pressure put on it on a disappointing afternoon for John Keir and the Bulls. Featherstone on the last tackle. They'll kick it into the in-goal area. Joe Brown knocks the ball on, concedes the goal line dropout, and that is pretty much that, in my opinion. Joe Brown consoled by Reece Hamlet and Brandon Pickersgill. It was Connor Jones who kicked it into the in-goal area, and Joe Brown knocked the ball on, and then he was tackled in goal, and now Featherstone have a repeat set of 6.
Yeah, it just sums up our afternoon really. Connor Jones kicks in behind, and it looks for all worth that he's just going to roll out. And Brown, I don't know what he was thinking, but he just goes and picks it up in his in goal, and then he's trapped straight in. There weren't really any Featherstone players around him, and I thought he could have left it, for one or two more steps, and it maybe would have gone out on the full, and we'd had a 7-tackle set. But now we find ourselves dropping out from underneath our posts.
Well, credit to the Bradford supporters, all 300 of them in this sellout crowd this afternoon at Post Office Road. They were on the feet there, banging the drum, applauding the Bradford players, trying to sprinkle some enthusiasm, some energy, some aggression, as Featherstone now really do look for that 6th try, which would be the knockout killer blow. Featherstone Rovers, Junior Morse plays the ball. Here goes Connor Jones, looking for his 2nd try of the afternoon. He's over the Bradford line. Good scrambling defence, and the Bradford Bulls supporters beat the drum. Much, much better there from the Bradford Bulls. Connor Jones, the Australian, held up over the line, and now it'll be a play the ball on tackle number 4. Davis to Holmes. Holmes, angled run. Last tackle now for Featherstone. The 5 metres out underneath the Bradford post. Jones back to Holmes. To Moores, inside to Brown. Brown's lost the ball forward. Robson has it on the 0 tackle. 8 metres out from the Bradford try line. So Bradford done it really tough this afternoon. Energy sapping conditions, a real tough, fearless opponent, as young Joe Burton has his first carry afternoon out of dummy half and carries Bradford 20 shy of halfway. Pickersgill now to Oakes. Oakes rolled over on his back. 2 tackles remaining for John Keir and the Bulls. Pickersgill in at dummy half to Lilly. Lilly tries to take the line on. His forward progress is halted in a 2-man tackle, and that's Bradford on the 4th tackle. Doyle to Gallagher. Last tackle, Bradford on halfway. Approaching the hour mark here at Post Office Road as Jordan Lilly takes aim. Downtown for Craig Hall. Ball holds up. Good kick from Lilly. How good's the Bulls' kick chase defence? Rhys Evans, Brad England, Steve Crossley, Craig Hall is halted and trapped 8 metres out from his own try line. Much better there from the Bulls, much more structure to the play. And as we approach the hour mark here at Post Office Road, the scoreboard unchanged after that first half. 26 points to 0 it remains here as Will Dagger, one of the 5 try scorers in the first half, is brought down. Quick play the ball. Craig Hall goes running out of dummy half. Takes the tackle. Another quick play the ball here from Connor Jones. Featherstone up to halfway with Josh Hardcastle. Last tackle for Featherstone Rovers. Back it goes to New Brown. Kicks ahead into space between Brown and Johnson. Foggin Johnson allows Joe Brown to take the ball. Ball sits up kindly, and Joe Brown is wrapped up 15 out from his own try line on tackle number 1. Thomas Means and Frankie Holton, the 2 kick chase defenders there for Featherstone Rovers. So we've just hit the hour mark here at Post Office Road. Featherstone Rovers 26, Bradford Bulls no score, as Joe Burton, formerly of the Leeds Rhinos Academy, is brought down 30 out from his own try line. Pickersgill's in there at dummy half to Lilly, to Crossley. Crossley can only make a couple of metres forward, and that's the 4th tackle gone here on this set for the Bulls. Doyle's in at dummy half to Pickersgill. Pickersgill looks for some creativity to Lilly, to Brown, to Evans. Evans up to halfway, and Evans is going to be dragged over into touch. Hungry, hungry, hungry. Featherstone Rovers defence. Thomas Means, Connor Jones, Tom Holmes there, dragging Welsh international Rhys Evans over the touchline right in front of our commentary position on halfway. And the Bulls doctor, Donald Young, has just come back from outside the stadium, gives a thumbs up to the Featherstone Rovers doctor. Eben Sker is in the ambulance on his way to hospital. But talk about that hungry Featherstone Rovers defence. Bradford, they've just not had a smidgen this afternoon. 26-0 it remains.
Yeah, I thought we were a bit unlucky there. It looked like Brown were taken out off the ball, maybe could have got a penalty, but, Evans, he's taken the ball close to the touchline, and, it's always a risk going that close, and here come Featherstone, and they've lost the ball. So we get the ball back here and look to build again. You don't want to get nilled in any game, so if we can get over for a couple, it'll make the scoreline look a bit more respectable.
We've had a load of messages saying get well soon, Eben, hope he's okay. Pretty scary time for Eben and the team. Baza Rovers sent a message saying that Featherstone Rovers are off to Wembley, and as we said at the start of the show in the pre-match build-up, last weekend James Webster's side booked their place in the 1895 Cup final at Wembley after battling past Widnes here by 24 points to 18 in a thrilling 1895 Cup fixture. Little bit easier for Featherstone this afternoon, but still belief Bradford have it in them to make a game of themselves in the final 20 minutes, but you have to suspect they have to get on the scoreboard sooner rather than later as Brad England carries Bradford up to halfway. Lovely ball from Robson there towards Lilly. Nat tackle, back to Robson. Robson's brought down, although Robson, before he's brought down, has offloaded the ball to Pickersgill, and Bradford now are 20 metres out from the Featherstone line. Pickersgill to Burton. Burton out wide to Hamlet. Hamlet towards the corner. Pass on the inside to Burton. Burton's brought down. Metres out from the Featherstone line. Can Bradford breach this Featherstone Rovers try line and get the first points of the afternoon? Oakes is wrapped up on the last tackle by Lockwood and Holton. Last tackle in front of the post, 5 metres out. Pickersgill, Lilly, Brown wrapped up there by Thomas Means. Well, let me tell you, Featherstone Rovers been watching John Kerr and the Bulls this week, because that was scripted defence, and sadly the impact of Danny Brough and his 12-week injury painting a very familiar picture here for the Bulls this afternoon. Another flat end to that set of 6. And Lucas Cockshock, it remains Featherstone Rovers 26, Bradford Bulls 0.
Yeah, our attacking play today has left a lot to be desired. In this second half, we've actually had quite a lot of time in their half, time on their line. It's a shame to say, but we've never really looked like scoring. Burton came closer. That's probably the first time in this half that I thought we maybe could have gone over. And here comes Featherstone up the middle.
Featherstone Rovers coming up the middle with Craig Hall. Craig Hall finds the inside support of Connor Jones. Great tackle from Joe Burton. Bradford stretched out wide. They're queuing up in numbers of Featherstone Rovers, and the ball has been lost over the line by Gareth Gale. Gareth Gale has dropped the ball over the Bradford line, and that is a second Featherstone Rovers try that has been disallowed here, and Bradford now have another player down in back play, and on will come the physio and the water carriers as we see James Beckett, Louis McConnell, Harvey Spence for Featherstone, Adam Rooks, Matty Race, Billy Jowett for the Bradford Bulls. Brad Gallagher just down there receiving a little bit of attention for what could be a head injury, and the Featherstone Rovers doctor coming on the field now while Donald Young has to fill in the report on Eben Sker. Well, if Bradford lose Brad Gallagher here, that really would be an unfortunate series of events, because they'd only have Sam Hallis left on the interchange bench, and it's looking like Hallis might have to come on here for young Brad Gallagher. Well, I'm guessing whatever happens, Lucas, and it might be difficult to hide the disappointment, at least Bradford have a week off next week to assess where their season's at.
Yeah, it's probably good that the Toulouse game got called off now. I think Gallagher's just going to go off for a HIA, which is good news. You know, not too serious. We don't need that. You know, when we're already down to the bare bones in the players. But I would imagine that in the coming weeks before Widnes, we'll have a couple of players coming in on loan. That's nothing. You know, nothing that I can leak out. You know, I don't know anything. I would just imagine that with the players that we've lost today, we've lost two of our most influential forwards, probably Ben Evans and Eben Sker today. And you would probably imagine that we'll be looking to strengthen the squad in these coming 2 weeks.
Well, Brad Gallagher goes straight down the tunnel for the head injury assessment. He won't be playing for the next 10 minutes as Hallis comes on. So that's it. Bradford's interchange bench is bare. It is done and dusted as Lilly now looks for some spark as he gives it towards Robson. Robson brought down 10 shy of halfway here. Bradford shown great resilience and character in this second half. Still scoreless here as young Joe Burton does exceptionally well there. He could have actually been playing in the Bradford Bulls Academy side that lost 44-6 to Newcastle at Kingston Park yesterday afternoon. That is what a bright future Joe Burton has. Evans to England, to Crossley. Crossley brought down by Mings. Last tackle here for the Bradford Bulls. Jordan Lilly, lovely inside kick looking for Pickersgill. Pickersgill has got the ball, but he's wrapped up. Featherstone Rovers, they will play the ball 10 metres out from their own try line. Very clever play there from Jordan Lilly. And I think we have to give Pickersgill a little bit of credit for making the step up. As we said, the spine severely affected with that injury to Danny Brough. Brown at fullback, Pickersgill and Lilly in the halves. But unfortunately, we have seen that this is not going to work. And John Keir, despite trying to get somebody in for this game against Featherstone, he's not been able to. But he said he's 90% certain that somebody will be coming in for the Widnes game. And I think it's shown here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's crucial that we bring someone in. You know, when you're moving Pickersgill into the half, you've got to change your whole back line, and that has certainly showed today. I'm pretty sure if Brough wouldn't have got injured and, you know, we wouldn't have had to change the back line, we'd have had more of a chance today. Looking for fucking Johnson there.
Will Dagger breaks clear. Inside support from Tom Holmes. Featherstone Rovers have just gone 60 metres there. It was a valiant effort from D. Foggy Johnson. He touched the ball in flight, promoted it forward. All that really did was give Will Dagger a free run to the line, sucked in Joe Brown, inside support, and we're going to see Tom Holmes score the first points of the second half. We have 13 minutes remaining. That will end Bradford's misery this afternoon at the Graveyard. Featherstone 30, soon to be 32. The try's underneath the post. Bradford Bulls 0.
Yeah, so looking for Foggy Johnson there. He went for the intercept. You know, maybe if it were Brown on that side, he would have got there. But Foggy Johnson, you know, his size hasn't helped him there. And Dagger's broke down this side. You know, it's what we said. Featherstone have strengthened. We unfortunately haven't, and it's really showed there. Will Dagger's played an influential part in that try, and he's passed it on the inside to Holmes, who's gone underneath the posts.
Kick predictor 100%. Craig Hall from in front adds an extra 2. He goes out to 4 from 6 this afternoon. And here at Post Office Road, Featherstone Rovers lead the Bradford Bulls by 32 points to 0. Huge concern though, because Bradford have lost Ben Evans, Evan Sker and Brad Gallagher, potentially to long injuries. Brad Gallagher the least of the concern. He has gone for a HIA, but certainly Evans with the crutches and poor Evan Sker in the ambulance. A frustrating and telling afternoon here for the Bradford Bulls at Post Office Road. You really do have to field for some of the young players out there. The average age again this afternoon, 23 years and 8 months. And I think that extra experience when you're coming up against Craig Hall, Craig Kopchak, New Brown, James Lockwood, John Davies, Junior Moores, Darcy Lussick, all those Featherstone players aged 30 and above, making no concessions for this Bradford performance, but ultimately that experience, that game management, that has been one factor in Bradford's undoing here this afternoon. And Featherstone on the restart, they're looking for more points now. Holmes, good tackle from Lilly. Lilly tackling his heart out. Plays the ball, does Holmes. It goes to Hall. It goes to Means. Danger here. Defogging Johnson out of position. Hall to Will Dagger. Dagger's in at the corner, and it's another try disallowed for a forward pass. So, if Gareth Gale puts the ball down, if that ball doesn't go forward, 32 could have been 40 or 50 here this afternoon. And I think John Keir just wants the full-time hooter to sound here. With 11 minutes to go, it remains 32 points to 0. Lucas, let's try and be positive. What needs to happen now, as there's another delay of game here because Featherstone have a player down this time. What needs to happen now? Obviously there'll be a period of reflection over the next 2 weeks before the Widnes game. But, you know, Bradford's top 3 position is going to be under threat. Batley and London have both won this afternoon.
Oh, yes, certainly. You know, 7 wins and 2 losses. You know, it's not the worst record. You know, that's what you can bring positive out of this game. That as much as we've lost, we're still up there. We're still in the mix. But in these 2 weeks, we need to look at our squad. We need to watch this game back a couple of times and see where we've gone wrong. And we need to get some more bodies in, I would imagine. Because you can see the squad today. You know, it struggled with the pace of the game. You know, some players have not been up to it today, and I'm sure JK will address that in these 2 weeks.
Well, we just see Featherstone Rovers lose another player to injury. Craig Hall leaves the field. Looks to this being a little bit of pain there as he limps past our commentary position. That could be a huge blow. I think it just needs a little bit of ice. Thomas Means also leaving the field as well. So Thomas Means leaving as well. Bradford awarded a penalty as play continues for a high tackle. Well, Thomas Means has been a warrior out there on the field for Featherstone. So it's like an episode of casualty here. I don't think anybody has got anyone left on the interchange bench to change, although Darcy Lussick has just come on the field for Thomas Means, and we're about to see Ant Walker come on the field for the Bradford Bulls. Well, can Bradford at least get a try, start building some confidence for the game against Widnes at Odsal? As Steve Crossley offloads the ball to Doyle. Doyle goes herring away. Doyle's brought down 25 metres out. Chance now for Bradford here. Featherstone at 6s and 7s in defence. Pickersgill takes the line on, and Bradford now have a fresh set of 6 because Featherstone Rovers have stopped Brandon Pickersgill from playing the ball. Bradford now, fresh set of 6 inside the Featherstone 20-metre line. It goes to Crossley. Crossley to Walker. Walker brought down. Doyle now in at dummy half. Goes to Steve Crossley. Crossley stood up in the tackle. And Dean Parata there, the Italian international, does well. Crossley will play the ball. It goes towards Jordan Lilly. Lilly wrapped up, rolled over on his side. And that was good defence there from Callum Field. Lilly will play the ball 2 metres out. It goes from Doyle. Doyle to Walker. Walker on the last tackle. Wrapped up, and Bradford one last play here. Last tackle now. Doyle. Across the face of the force to Pickersgill. John Davis has just cleaned Brandon Pickersgill up like a meal ticket. There we go. That might be game, set and match. 10 minutes to go here, and it's Featherstone Rovers 32, Bradford Bulls 0. Leicestershire B says bad result and worrying injuries, but not many will win at Featherstone, so not real damage done this afternoon in terms of a top 6 finish. And Shaz Louise asking about what has happened to Ben Evans. We don't know, but he's on the crutches and he's not able to put pressure on his left ankle. So we'll get a full update from John Keir at full time, but it is almost like an episode of Alby City Casualty merged into one, because both Featherstone and Bradford are going to pay a heavy price for a bruising encounter here at Post Office Road this afternoon. Featherstone offloading the ball here with Neil Brown. Davis up and over halfway. Hardcastle has Gale outside him. Hardcastle tried to break free. Pickersgill and Burton, 2 Bradford defenders there, bringing down Josh Hardcastle. 20 metres out from that Bradford try line as Featherstone Rovers offload the ball. That's gone to ground. Featherstone Rovers pick it up. Referee says play on. Well, it's a comedy of errors. First Featherstone, then Bradford. I think Aaron Moore will give Featherstone a fresh set of 6 here. He'll say the original ball from Featherstone that went sideways didn't go forward, it went backwards. And Ellis Robson there, he's the unfortunate player who's come up with the injury. So Featherstone, another fresh set of 6 on this Bradford line. 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, like we've said plenty of times, that just sums up our afternoon. You know, it's just a free ball for Robson to pick up, and he's just knocked it straight on, which gives Featherstone another set and probably another try.
Ye of little faith, Lucas, ye of little faith. Featherstone Rovers with Holmes goes towards Callum Field. Field a metre out from that Bradford Bulls try line. Connor Jones is primed and ready in at dummy half. It goes to Darcy Lussick. Darcy Lussick held up. There is still fight and resilience in this Bradford Bulls defensive performance. Just the one try conceded in this second half. A much tighter affair. Bradford doing it tough. Players on the sideline. Players facing lengthy injuries. Bradford going down the slope with a bit of an advantage. Featherstone underneath the post. Far too simple. Dean Parata fended off 1-2. Bradford players slid over underneath the post, and the former Toulouse and Barrow man, he has a 3rd try of the season. Sydney born Dean Parata. Well, that was almost like an ABC of being a rugby league player. Catch the ball, put a bit of a fend in, and ground it cleanly. 32 turns to 36. The kick to come from in front.
Yeah, like you said, too easy, way too easy for Parata then. I think it was. He's just literally walked his way through. You know, a couple of tackles on him, and he's just taken 1-2 step, and he's gone underneath the posts. Hall will probably make it 38-0 here, and it's a truly miserable afternoon for the Bradford Bulls.
Well, Craig Hall managing to run off the knock, back out there on the field. He converts his 5th conversion attempt of the afternoon. 5 from 7 for him. And with 5 minutes remaining here, Featherstone Rovers 38. Bradford Bulls 0 here at Post Office Road. Bradford in no real hurry to get proceedings back underway here. Well, I hope the players are not feeling too sorry for themselves based on this second half performance. But as we said, they have conceded 2 quick tries now. First of all, Tom Holmes, and then Dean Parata. The last one from Dean Parata, they'll be a little bit disappointed with the relative ease in which the Featherstone interchange hooker did, crossing underneath the posts. Gareth Gale has lost the ball. Ant Walker's stolen it, says the referee. Penalty to Featherstone on the restart. 30 metres out from their own try line. Featherstone's 7th penalty of the afternoon here at Post Office Road. 4 of them coming in the opening 20 minutes, which resulted in those 3 tries from Connor Jones, Craig Hall and Gareth Gale. Featherstone really do look a class apart. Bradford being picked apart at the seams here. And there might be an 8th try on the cards here, because Featherstone are inside that Bradford 20 metre line here with Tom Holmes. Defogging Johnson left the line open here for Hall. Hall now back on the inside to Field. Field head down towards the line. Featherstone will score 40, and it is oh so easy for Featherstone Rovers. Ruthless intent from the men in navy and white. It has been a horror show here at the graveyard for John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. 38-0 turns into 42-0, and the kick predictor says take the better is out. I'm not even going to turn myself on for this Craig goal conversion attempt. It goes from bad to worse. This now has turned from a 12 plus to an 18.
Yeah, literally about 10 minutes ago we were talking about how we improved this half, and defensive looking showed up, and then as the game's coming to a close, we've just absolutely collapsed again. It's bang out of order, it's not acceptable. I'm sure John Keir will be fuming on that touchline. Callum Field, he's just walked through our defence and gone underneath the post. It's practically a carbon copy of Dean Parata's try. 2 tries like that in the closing stages. It's absolutely shocking from our defence, to be honest.
West Yorkshire Rugby League, West Yorkshire Radio, Bulls TV, Mick Glenn, Lucas Cockshot, an all familiar sight of Jordan Lilly placing the ball on the halfway line with the green kicking tee. Good to see Brad Gallagher back on the touchline. He has passed the HIA, so Brad Gallagher will be coming back on the field for what is going to be the final couple of minutes of this game. 44 points to 0 to Featherstone Rovers. The nil will please James Webster, the Featherstone coach, the most. I'm almost certain. Final 90 seconds. It has been a trying, testing afternoon for the Bradford Bulls. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to speaking to John Keir in the press conference. There is mitigation, but it's just the ease in which Featherstone Rovers have cut through this Bradford defence as Featherstone now move the ball forward up to halfway. They've lost the ball. It's come off Ellis Robson. It's a knock-on against Ellis Robson on halfway. Steve Crossley has a word with the decision, and we're going to see Ellis Robson leave the field for Brad Gallagher, Bradford's 8th and final interchange of the afternoon. So, 44 points to 0, one of Bradford's heaviest defeats in recent years. As Featherstone Rovers now, they really do look, they want to see the half century. Lockwood, Gallagher thrusts the shoulder in onto the arm, perfectly legal. There's a bit of fire in the belly there from Brad Gallagher. Lockwood to his feet, Parata to Darcy Lussick. He'll enjoy the game this morning between Parramatta and West Tigers. Younger brother Joey scoring a try in that game. Holmes to Field. Field once again offloads the ball. Another try to Featherstone, but it will be chalked off. Frankie Holton is adjudged to have received a forward pass there from Callum Field, and that was very, very nearly the big 5-0 up for Featherstone Rovers. Well, we've just heard an announcement over the tannoy saying that Eben Sker has been taken to hospital and will be receiving expert medical attention. Obviously concerning and distressing scenes here at Post Office Road. Eben Sker had to leave the field on the stretcher with the neck brace. We pray, everybody prays, it is nothing serious. As D. Foggy Johnson now carries Bradford on tackle number 4, 10 shy of halfway. Tom Doyle's in at dummy half, goes towards Ant Walker, forward pass from the Bradford Bulls. They've lost that leadership, they've lost that direction out there. Jordan Lilly looks a little bit frustrated there with the errors that are piling up and mounting up. Lucas Cockshot, your honour now is to give a man of the match out of this performance.
Well, I've been thinking about it for the past 5 minutes. I already know my man of the match is, and it's Brad England. I would say, is the only one to come out with this game with any credit. As we have conceded 44 points, but in tight moments, Brad England, he's been solid. He's been solid down that side. We've said that for a good few weeks now. He's a solid player for us. He's been a good find. And yeah, Brad England in a disappointing day is my man of the match.
Brad England awarded the man of the match by Lucas Cockshot.
Number 17, Thomas Mins.
Thomas Mins given the man of the match by the Featherstone Rovers sponsors directors. Featherstone now with a chance for that 5-0 as Dean Parata, the Italian international, is wrapped up 10 metres out in front of the post. New Brown looks for runners. Holmes, crossfield kick, looking for Hall. Into the arms of Craig Hall. But Craig Hall cannot ground the ball in the in-goal area. He has run dead in goal. And to be fair to Craig Hall, he was running out of tarmac and territory. So that takeoff aborted. Craig Hall holds his arm up. And we're now, believe it or not, into the 12th minute of added on time here at Post Office Road. That, of course, due to 2 lengthy injuries. We wish Eben Sker the very best. As the hooter finally sounds, a loud, shrill blast.